Good morning, everybody. This is Insights-Tues from CMC Markets here in Singapore. Today, the 31st of March 2015, also representing the last day of the month, last day of the quarter. And it has been a very good quarter for major stock markets around the world. Last night, we saw the US markets tag on roughly a percent, 1%, 1.5% on the upside, whilst markets like the German DAX, for example, managed to register a 1.8% rise. This obviously came on the back of a very strong Asian markets in the day yesterday. China led the way, being up as much as 2 to 3% at one stage in time. This was all on the back of a weekend meeting whereby the PBOC chairman, Mr. Zhao, has come up to actually reaffirm markets in general that China has the will and has the firepower to actually act if further deflationary issues start to present a sort of a problem. But anyway, we're seeing over here the China A50 April contracts. And we're seeing a little bit of a settling in the price. It's off a touch, and for good reason. I mean, we've seen about 3 or 4% increase yesterday. But more importantly, if you draw your attention back here, from as early as the first week of March, we've seen this index actually steadily rise, picking up as much as close to about 16 to 17%. I just want to draw the attention that this is also the time when ECB QE began. So coincidentally, I mean, this is actually a timing issue, but from a strategic point of view, we could be seeing actually quite a bit of slippage of money coming from Europe entering into some of the Asian better buys. Also, crude, I just want to draw everybody's attention to this is the West Texas or WTI oil, has actually pulled back nicely, representing a first degree counter trend after this, after the big move we saw last week. But what I like to highlight down here is this, that in the middle of the morning here, I think late or early morning trade, we saw this thing being sold down actually quite hard from around the 47.30 sort of level all the way down to around the 46.50, 46.70, 46.80 level. We're trying to locate some sort of a news down here as to why this is so. It could be actually month-end sort of selling by specific funds for that matter. But in any way, what we are seeing today across the board, going back to some of the stocks on the stock markets in the region, we're seeing Hong Kong coming off 62 points, Singapore coming off about 25 points or so, about 0.7%, and Japan basically coming down 160 points. Now, bear in mind, most of these markets had a very good first quarter and a good March. A little bit of profit taking towards the month end to register those numbers, I think is actually quite fair. Overall, we are also seeing, I mean, specifically on the Hong Kong side, some of the airline stocks which has actually been the dominant performer yesterday, still tagging on. I mean, for example, China Southern is up another 2% today. Air China is up about slightly below 3% also. And don't forget, one of the big moves this couple of days has been on the property sector. We're seeing Evergrande and Country Garden leading the way down there. Essentially, is the story that we are continuing to follow, the China story, the Hong Kong story, rather the China story and the Chinese stocks in Hong Kong story, and obviously crude. If we have any more, we'll come back to you. Thank you very much.